Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. My name is David Lucas. I've spent upwards of 30 years in transformation and change management, and I'm a member of the Modus management team. I very much hope you gain some helpful insights from this video, but before I dive into the presentation, it's worth just summarising what the Modus Enterprise Transformation Platform is. It's a cloud-based solution for structuring, delivering and sustaining transformations across every organisational process and technical change dimension. But that does not do justice to its capability and functionality. And over the next few minutes, I look forward to sharing some of the core attributes and applications of the solution with you. For a summary demonstration of the platform itself, using the retail sector as an example, I'd highly recommend that you view the companion video in this way. We have a short agenda which includes a quick introduction to Modus as an organisation, a look at the context for transformation, drivers of change and the resulting complexities, the problems we face in achieving successful outcomes, a review of the foundation and structure of the platform, and then a summary of the technology that underpins it. So firstly, a few words to introduce Modus as an organisation. Modus Business Transformation Solutions is comprised of a UK-based management team and a development and maintenance team in Bangalore in India. The UK management team is now expanding to ensure that skills and experience align with our growing client requirements, and the team in India is responsible for technical development and support, as well as setup and maintenance of individual client environments. Over the last few years, we've been working with clients to build bespoke solutions which have formed the basis of today's platform. For example, in 2016, a process optimization module, then 2017, the development of an operating model module, followed in 2018 by an approach to end-to-end business model and value chain planning, and by the end of 2019, a first version of a complete transformation portfolio and change platform had been developed. Finally, by 2020, further development of the platform to meet different industry sector requirements had been achieved. And these came together over the COVID period as a fully developed transformation platform, now being deployed in both the UK and the US. So as a background to the platform as a solution, let's look at why there is a need in the first place. It's because so much has changed in the last 10 years that has required transformational response across industries and organisations. Constant pressures are forcing organisations to fundamentally reconsider their place, purpose and financial, social, ethical, ecological performance, therefore their business models. And the pace of these pressures for change also mean that change capability needs to live in organisations as a core competence. We call it transformation as usual. So the need for change is now more pervasive than ever before. And we need to recognise this and learn to respond continuously, as it will only accelerate over time. It's become clear that transformation is essential for most organisations to stay relevant, and the drivers of change, disruptive forces, climate change, the need for agility and speed whilst ensuring resilience, need to be met with the right responses and the right transformational journeys. Even relatively successful transformations often fail to embed agile change as a core competence. Change and transformation as usual, which risks erosion of the benefits of the original programme and encourages a return to old business as usual habits that mean performance decay over time, back to square one. The transformations by their very nature quickly become monumentally complex in both planning and delivery. So many dimensions need to be understood, planned, and linked back to the vision and the business model. As a result, a typical portfolio of change programs and projects can very quickly become dislocated, both from each other and the target business model. And this causes friction in the delivery process, leading to suboptimal or failed outcomes. This study from KPMG found that less than 1 in 5, less than 20% of transformations managed very effective results. By any standards, that is poor performance. Looked at it another way, over 80% did not deliver very effective transformations. So the critical need is for a way of ensuring that even the most complex change portfolio can be centralised, integrated, managed and controlled so that the outcome is successful. And that the value of the work and change-capable ways of working live on throughout the organisation. This is a transformation programme network diagram from the Modus platform. It depicts all the necessary connections between the interdependent elements across all dimensions, programmes and constituent projects in relation to transformation of a target business value chain and operating model. We're not expecting to read these, it's just graphically the way it's represented in a particular report that can then be investigated. This is not something normal project management and process mapping software can capture and link, let alone centralise, connect, drive, manage, control and report. If we then include the capability to design and embed future ways of working and the ability to sustain change and change capability over time, the complexity explodes and the responsibility for success becomes superhuman. So given that context, Modus identified the need for a solution that was up to the task. We call it the Enterprise Transformation Platform. Let's take a closer look. So let's look at the core premise of the platform. Firstly, what is Modus? We describe it as an enterprise transformation platform for centralising, controlling, delivering and sustaining major organisational change. And the key points include complexity tamed, multiple business model initiatives, programs and projects, all centralised, organised and under control throughout the transformation. Complexity integrated, every aspect linked to the target business model, value chain and operating models, so that effort, productivity and outcomes always align with the vision. Complexity explored and understood, functionality that enables exploration and design of complex networks in end-to-end and circular value chains and operating models, viewed through customer, product, service, supplier, environmental and operational team lenses. Knowledge and experience as an asset, captured, retained and made accessible to the organisation now and into the future. And finally, transformation as usual, TAU. Transformation as a way of life, sustainable methodology to change and optimise processes, ways of working, culture, in a living change capability. And who is it for? Well, any organisation planning to launch a major transformation programme, any organisation seeking to optimise continuously customer, product and service models, any organisation that is struggling to deliver transformation successfully and wishes to take back control, and also third parties such as independent consultants, consultancies, technology and solution vendors and system integrators who wish to better support their clients through transformation programs. Let's have a quick look at how this concept plays out. Firstly, external drivers of change input to the vision and resulting business model. These inform the value chain and target operating models, as many as may be required to describe the value chain in detail. The value chain and target operating models are explored in relation to delivery of the business model, and therefore are the focal point of change. They provide the change agenda across all dimensions. These are planned out into a change roadmap, initiatives, and a corresponding portfolio of programs and projects. The platform then manages and delivers these through embedded methodologies and tools, although the onboard suite can be replaced with the client's own approach, if preferred, and very quickly and easily. Finally, it provides the basis for establishing transformation as usual, a core competence throughout the client organisation. In other words, a continuous, virtuous cycle. So the core concept for the Modus platform is that it embraces the entire transformation process, from business as usual to transformation as usual, and all stops in between. And it handles every possible level of complexity from start to finish. I think it's worth saying just a little bit more about the foundational concept of locking change to the value chain and target operating model, fed by and so delivering to the business model. In the slide, we can see the connections between the value chain and target operating model and the business model. It's not an understatement that successful transformation demands careful definition at the most detailed level, viewing these models through the essential lenses of product, service, supplier, environment, and, of course, external customer and internal teams. In this way, we ensure that the agenda for change is clear, articulated, illustrated, and embedded from the get-go. And this is what allows everything else to be related and integrated for management and delivery through transformation management, portfolio and change management, and then ongoing process optimization and sustaining change capability. So to bring all of that together as an overall solution, we can view it in terms of its component parts. The core platform holds the integration assets or building blocks, including modules that support the entire network of functionality, core catalogues and transformation tools and so on. These then provide functionality to the specialised activity hubs that support the many dimensions of transformation through the various phases of the change, delivery and adoption. And they include, for example, planning, initiating, delivering, embedding and sustaining, and ongoing optimization. This is governed by a technology backbone so that every plan, entity, dimension, action and reaction remains linked and centralized. And there are several exciting developments in the pipeline, such as user chatbots, change simulators and mixed reality applications. And all of this, as we've said, moving on to create this total capability for ongoing change, transformation as usual into the future. A crucial element of building and linking the entire transformation office is the selection and deployment of methods and tools to facilitate design, mobilization, management and control, and of course, ultimately successful delivery. And to support this, there is a library of assets, including project catalogues, data catalogues, methodologies, templates and toolkits embedded in the platform. And this is an example of the asset library available in the platform. These are ready to roll, adopted as is, or they can be supplemented or completely replaced with any client preferred versions, and that can be done very quickly and effectively. So this makes Modus both flexible and unique to anyone seeking to differentiate and achieve competitive advantage. Importantly, the Modus platform provides the necessary visibility of a transformation not only for the change teams themselves, but also for the business teams. This allows plans, reports, training, tools, and so on to be shared and distributed in a collaborative ecosystem. In this way, everything remains centralized and integrated, whatever the inevitable shifts and changes on the transformation journey, and the myriad of lenses through which the transformation needs to be viewed. Given the capabilities that the platform provides, it's important to touch at least briefly on the underlying technology. Modus is designed to take full advantage of Microsoft technology, starting with the Azure cloud environment, and developed using Microsoft programming, including SQL and .NET. This is how the unique Modus platform and hub features are linked to achieve the integration functionality. The end-user experience is delivered via a presentation layer to the familiar environment of the Microsoft 365 suite of apps and the Microsoft Web experience. This also ensures that security is guaranteed. It would be easy to assume that the value is provided simply by the Microsoft ecosystem with a library of documents held in a SharePoint file structure. The reality is that the Modus team have maximised the potential of the Microsoft environment. They have not only designed the overall concept and embedded years of experience and know-how, but they have coded the network of links and workflow under the hood, including the vital cataloguing functionality. They've embedded the methodologies, assets, templates, and toolsets, and enabled agility to add further value through, for example, embedding consultancy or end client methodologies and templates. We can think of it as the design and production of a car from raw materials and components to a working version to a super specified, unique final version. I hope that has given you a helpful insight into the purpose and nature of the Modus Enterprise Transformation Platform. If you would like further information, please use the email address on screen and we will arrange a demonstration of the platform and answer any questions you have. Thank you so much for your time and attention.